Because it's like whatever you guys have been praying for, hoping for, or fighting for, what's coming in, it's not gonna, I feel like it's not gonna look, or it's not gonna be where you're fighting to get it.
Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.
Hello, Pisces. Princess India here for the 99 and the 2000. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you're working with some... Okay, I'm gonna stop. Anywho, welcome to your September reading, Pisces. So you guys voted to start September with generals. And I'm saying start as if all of the readings are on time, which they're not. So we're just going to pretend that it's the beginning of September, right? Anywho, so if you have not cross-watched the other readings, what we're doing for our generals to make it more specific, because we don't know specifically what's going to come up in the extended, we're going to have 3 different groups to make what comes out generally on YouTube more specific for you and your concerns, if you feel like you need something a little more, because this reading might just be all you need, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I'm going to pick 3 cards. So what I need you to do is pick a number, 1, 2, or 3, and whatever card comes up for the number that you pick, that's going to be your group in the extended, if you so feel that you need one, my friend. So anywho, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and pick our 3 cards, and I'm going to do that quickly because what's the word I want to use? There was a deluge of information that came in when I was meditating on you guys' energy before I started the video, and it's a lot of stuff, Pisces. So let's just hurry up and do this so I can get this outside. Don't forget. So hopefully you've picked your number, 1, 2, or 3. Spirit, please give me 3 cards from my Pisceans, please, Spirit. Come on, baby. 2 and 3. So if you picked group number 1, or you picked number 1, you have mysticism. If you picked number 2, we have renewal. And wow, that's so funny. And if you picked number 3, we have perfection. I'm laughing because all 3 of these cards, especially renewal, it really taps into the energy that I'm feeling here. Now, all right, let me get into what it is I got for y'all intuitively. And it's like 2 things, but the 2 of them could be related. It's not going to make sense until it comes out of my mouth. So let me just start talking. So first and foremost, the thing that I saw, which was really funny, is a little girl with an ice cream cone. This is more symbolic than anything. It's a little girl with an ice cream cone. She drops the ice cream cone and is crying over the ice cream cone. But the little girl looked kind of like, I don't even know what age this was. She looks like a little orphan kid, like... What would that be? Like the 1930s? Like the kids that wear like the like, you know, little, like during the time when the boys wore like shorts and like the socks and stuff. I don't know. It's whatever time frame that is. I don't know if that's the 30s, but it was like a poor little girl, like, you know, dirty face and stuff like that. She had an ice cream cone and she dropped the ice cream cone and she was crying over the ice cream cone, but there was a bag of money. Wasn't like beside her, it was kind of like off to the side, and she's crying over the ice cream cone, but there's money right there. But then again, I mean, hey, it's a kid, but it's symbolic, you know? Kids may not be excited over a bag of money, but she looked kind of poor. So symbolically, I'm gonna tell you what that means, Pisces. There's something coming into September that disappointed you guys, or something like, I don't know, it could literally be anything, because these are general. So this could be, it's some sort of disappointment, whether it's losing your job or losing something, being disappointed by something. But what it really is it's a blessing in disguise. And the thing that's needed, because of course, whenever you, me, I mean, y'all are the psychic ones and the whole zodiac, so you should understand what I'm saying. Y'all always do anyway. It's symbolic. So it's more or less not having, right? It's like, if we look at this little girl symbolically, it's a poor little girl who has ice cream, and this ice cream seems like a really dope gift to have, but you lose this thing. But I feel like what Spirit has in mind for you all is far greater than what it is that you're pining over that you may have lost, right? So it's more or less to kind of pick yourself up from the bootstraps, proverbially speaking, because while you're crying over this ice cream cone, which was probably a drop in the bucket compared to what the universe is going to have you guys coming into in September, you'd never see that proverbial bag of money or a better opportunity if you don't look up from the spilled ice cream cone, in so many words, right? So the thing with that is, what else is it? Oh my gosh, did I lose it? Bring it back, Spirit. Okay, that's the point. The point is the fact that dropping the ice cream is what led her to the bag of money. Because if she would have never dropped the ice cream, she would have never stopped where she stopped for that bag of money to be there, or to notice the bag of money is there. But I didn't see her see the bag of money. I just saw the little girl crying. So what I'm telling you guys is look up and to the right. Not, literally, but I'm just saying. So it's like look up. So whatever it is that you guys are kind of, okay, so those two are connected. So whatever you guys are sad about, and I'm saying this in the sense of, this is where it ties into the next message, because the other thing that I felt was you guys needing to step into your frequency, and that's more of like a magnetism thing. So there's a need for Pisceans to step into your authentic frequency, like meaning like your true self, like vibing how you naturally vibe. Because when we're talking about magnetism, if you're not standing in your truth, then what you're going to be pulling towards you is going to be false and not in alignment with you, right? So, and it's kind of reminding me of how Taurus's message was sort of kind of a little bit, in the sense that if you're not in alignment with your truth, where are you manifesting from? And you're manifesting from a false place. So if, I don't know, if you're a hipster, and I'm saying this proverbially speaking, if you're a hipster, but you're showing yourself to the world and pretending to be like preppy, right? You're going to draw preppy stuff to you. And that's the reason why you're not fulfilled, right? But if you step into being a hipster, I'm so sorry for this analogy, but if you step into being a hipster, then you're going to draw things and people that are at the same frequency as a proverbial hipster. So I feel that there's a sense of where this ties into the vision that I was seeing, is that low vibrational, sad, woe is me kind of energy of dropping the ice cream cone. And that's where it ties into what I was saying to Taurus. It's like you're only going to draw more of that to you. So the thing is needing to look up and to step back into your truth, whatever that is, and however this resonates in your life, so that what's for you is for you. But I feel that the triggering event that starts all of this off is a disappointment. So whatever it is that y'all are coming into September disappointed about, it's not as bad as it seems. So there's a need for you to see all possible good variables in the situation, but the first step to start that is stepping into your truth, even if your truth at this moment is simply just being optimistic. You know what I mean? So anywho, let's go ahead and jump into these cards here. But I really feel like it's like almost like a transformational energy, and that's where I say for my group 2 people with that renewal card, that's a heavy energy that I'm feeling a great deal for you guys this month. So Spirit, please give us clear, indirect guidance for my Pisceans, please, Spirit, for September. Anything that they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that come to the forefront in this here reading. Please, Spirit, and as always, I thank you in advance because I know you're good for it. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot, or whatever, right? One more shuffle. This is a fairly new after tarot, and they're so hard to shuffle when they're new. All right. First card out. We have the 7 of Swords. Interesting. Then we have the Hanged Man. I don't read these in the reverse if you're wondering, if you're seeing me flipping them, because these cards are technically already in the reverse. You know what I'm saying? Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, what I said. And next we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, this is so wonderful. Oh my gosh. So here's the thing, Pisces. This is very much on point. Whew. First thing I want to say, y'all know what I say about the 7 of Swords. What you skip will trip you up later. But I feel like what you skipped that's going to trip you up later is going to trip you up into the right place. So this leads into exactly what I was saying. Whatever you guys are perceiving as a disappointment coming into this month, whatever letdown with this, it could literally be a betrayal from another person. It could be a lie from another person. It could be somebody who threw you under the bus. You know what I'm saying? People who are gossiping about you. It doesn't matter. Somebody cheated on you. It doesn't matter what the heck it is, okay? But anything that seemed bad, right, or disappointing or a huge loss, right, to where it has you literally questioning everything. This is like the greatest blessing that could literally happen to you guys, right? So the thing that I feel you guys are kind of coping with now is because I feel that there's like a stuck energy with the Hanged Man, right? And these two cards to me, I don't know why, but literally in the freaking sun. Why do I always record when the sun is like this? I don't know. But the Hanged Man and the Seven of Swords, to me, vibrationally, they have the same frequency. That's just for me, you know? And the only reason why I say that is because with the Seven of Swords, I don't always say that. Spirit told me that like a few months ago, and I've been saying it ever since. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, what you skip will trip you up. Right? So we look at this like major arcana, minor arcana. I feel like this is our 3D actions. Like when we talk about like divine intervention, I feel like the Hanged Man is the same frequency. It's the higher vibrational frequency of the, well, not necessarily lower, but human vibration of the minor arcana with the Seven of Swords. So this is how I feel like, what is that thing they say in the Bible? All things work together for the good. This is how I feel. This is a symbolism to me of how that happens. Through our human error, through our mistakes, through the things that we skip, through our own self-deceptions, through the way that other people screw us over, right? And for us, we may seem as if we've been betrayed and we're in this stagnant state, or this person pulled the rug from under us and we're wondering like, how could somebody do that to me? Or how could this happen? Blah, blah, blah. This is what I feel is happening on the higher vibration. So this is how spirit kind of comes in. So when you're in this state of stagnancy, after, you know, something really terrible has happened, a disappointment or whatever, it's us not necessarily seeing how spirit is caring for us through this Hanged Man energy. And that's what I feel like this young lady symbolizes for this guy who's in this little trap position. It's like she's giving him proverbial sustenance in a sense, even though he's in this trap state. And that's what I feel like is happening for you guys. Now, the next card that we have going into that is the Wheel of Fortune, which is another major arcana, which is what we're talking about, the wheels of change, right? So I feel things are like turning in you guys' favor. So the thing that I really want to tell Pisces this month is stay the course, because I feel the reason why it's so easy to kind of like quit before the miracle in so many words. And dang, I feel like I might have been feeling you guys' energy since this morning. My mom's a Pisces, and I literally was having a conversation with her about that. And the thing that she said was, she was talking about water and rock. And she was saying how, this is about to get so deep, y'all gonna see. I feel like all my depth comes from the fact that I was created in a Piscean womb. But my mom got so deep. She literally said, she was talking about perseverance. And she said that if you compare a drop of water to rock, right, it seems as if the rock is more powerful than the drop of water. But she said if the drop of water keeps tapping on that rock, eventually that rock is going to give way for the water to seep down to the ground. So she was saying with obstacles in life, we should always persevere and never give up. So I say the same thing to you guys. I feel that the reason why it's like with the little girl, if we go back to the vision that I saw with the little girl with the ice cream, I don't know if a poor little girl could keep dropping ice cream, because that's neither here nor there. We're not going to go off on a tangent. But anyway, so if we go back to the little girl with the ice cream, if you think about the fact of every time she got an ice cream cone, she's always dropped it, right? Because she always takes the same way home. And every time she's able to save up enough money, because she's an orphan, to get an ice cream cone, there's this one little cobblestone she always trips on and drops it, right? So she's done this consistently. So I feel like the overwhelming feeling you guys are feeling in of like, you know, pessimism or wanting to give up, or because it feels heavy to me. This doesn't feel like a disappointment where everything's been fine for you guys for a while and then bam, a disappointment happens and you're like all, out of your element. I feel that this is kind of almost like the last straw for you guys, because it feels like a consistent disappointment. And it doesn't have to be something where, let's look at it with work. If we said it's a promotion, right? Like for the last 10 years, you have been trying to make partner at the firm that you're at, and you're passed over every time the position becomes open for the last 10 years. And it's like thinking this time around, it's like, I have to get it. I've been here for a whole decade. Everyone else that's competing against me has not been here this long, so I have to get it. There's no way that I can't get it this time. And I feel it's like you guys applying, and I'm saying this illustratively, but it's like you guys applying and still not getting it. And not understanding why, and it's kind of like being at that broken state. But I feel heavily, dude, the universe is very much heavily involved in this. And with the Knight of Cups, there's an opportunity that's coming to you guys. I mean, it could be in love for some of you, but I really feel this is life focused. It's like what you've been waiting for or fighting for. It's an opportunity that's coming in, but you guys just need to stay the course. So what I will tell you guys to give you a little bit of inspiration going forward is the fact that the universe is working heavily on your side. And for those of you who resonate with this, if you've experienced a disappointment recently or, for a course of years, last month, whatever, that is your sign that things are about to completely turn around for you, right? Now, next card that we have is the Ten of Swords. Yes, it's something that's ending and something that's beginning. So I feel for you guys, you have been, if we look at the Wheel of Fortune, at the bottom of the wheel, Thank you, Spirit. That's so beautiful. I don't read these in the reverse, but I'm saying this illustratively. I don't know why I'm explaining myself so much. The energy is so weird in September. Leave me alone. Anyway, so if we look at the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, who's on top, right? We got our little demons and stuff, right? So this is the theme that I feel. I feel that Pisces feels like bad people always win. It's like good people are always on the bottom. And that's the thing that I'm feeling. With the Ten of Swords here, it's like a cycle is ending in you guys' life, and now you guys are going to be on top. So things are most certainly turning in you guys' favor. But this feels to me heavily transformational. So, and again, this brings me back to my group 2 people. This feels heavily transformational to me, to where it's like the opportunity that you guys have been waiting for, what's coming. And that's where I feel like it's kind of like where you guys aren't seeing the opportunity, because it's like whatever you guys have been praying for, hoping for, or fighting for, what's coming in, I feel like it's not gonna look, or it's not gonna be where you're fighting to get it. So if we go back to our person with the partnership, it's like you didn't make partner, but it's like another firm is coming and they, their CEO retired and they want to make you CEO. So it's kind of, thank you, Spirit. Yes. Okay. So this is all making sense of the vision that I saw. It's going back to the beginning of crying over the ice cream, but there's a bag of money over there. So it's like what it is that you lost, it fails in comparison to what it is that Spirit has for you. But the signifier that you're on the right path and that Spirit is about to come through is the fact that you dropped ice cream. And that's what the Seven of Swords symbolizes. I hope this makes sense. This reading feels so strange. Next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. Then we have the Chariot. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking amazing. This is so freaking amazing. For some of you, and I don't want to scare you guys with this, because I feel energetically, and this is like for a small number of you, because I feel for a majority of you, whatever it is that ended, I feel like this has happened already. And it kind of feels like I don't know why I'm using so many analogies, Pisces. If we go back to if we use the tower, right? So if you think about if a tower crumbles, the place that I feel majority of people who are going to resonate with this are at, it's like the tower has already fallen and the dust is settling. But I feel for a small number of you, this may not have physically happened yet, but I feel you sense it. So if I put this in a more tangible form, and I don't know why with Pisces I'm talking so much about work, but this could literally be anything. Like, say you're at a job and they're letting people go, and you feel in your spirit already, like, you know, like, when I go back to work on Monday, I know that they're going to give me my walking papers, like, and you feel this to the point where it's like, you know it. It's not just like, oh my gosh, I hope they don't. It's like, it's almost like layoffs. So it's like you're not being let go because you did something wrong. So this is like foreseeable. You know what I mean? But it's like in 3D, it hasn't actually transpired yet, but you've been feeling it for some time. I feel that there's a small number of you with that, and I do really specifically feel this with career. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I don't feel like it's not a shock, if that's making sense. Like, or if your company is shutting down, or if you're in school, you know your school schedule is conflicting with your work schedule, and you know you're gonna have to leave the job. And if you're just like stressing about how you're gonna make it after that, I really feel something with this Knight of Cups that's far more greater for you is going to literally come in. And the reason why is because this is, and I don't know why these readings are so spiritual, but this really gets into energetic currency with the Eight of Pentacles. And here's a theory that goes with this. I always say that anything that you invest in your life, which is why it's so important for you guys to be in your authentic frequency, because anything you invest in, whether it's a relationship, it's a job, it's, your passion projects, what have you, we live in a realm of exchange, and we're speaking about energetic currency. So if you think about it as if there were a universal bank, right? If you put your heart, soul, and everything into a relationship, right, and the person that you were with didn't reciprocate, it's almost like everyone that works at the universal bank was taking tally of all of the energy that you put in. So you can kind of look at this as like karma. So even though it's like you didn't get the return on your investment from this particular person, it's like there's still money, like energetic money in the universal bank, knowing that you've invested into a partnership. So because we live in a realm of reciprocity, what you put into something, you have to get it back. It's just that physically, it's not always the place that you planted it. So what I'm feeling for y'all, and this could be in the realm of career, family, friendships, love, what have you. Would you guys have like a stockpile savings account in the universal bank? And I feel that in September, you guys are going to get like your residuals in a sense, or your royalties, however you want to look at it, from what it is that you guys have been investing because of this Wheel of Fortune turning. So everything that it is that you guys have invested into something, it's almost like you're getting your karma. Well, dharma, it would be dharma because that's like good karma. Well, I mean, karma's neither good or bad. Okay, why am I going off on these tangents? Anyway, but it's like whatever it is that you guys have felt for a long time, that you've been sowing seeds and your harvest has never come. I really feel for you guys this month that your harvest is coming in, whether that's for work or it's for relationships. And the other thing that's important with this Chariot card that I'm seeing is you guys needing to tap back into your heart space, and that's like your authentic truth, because y'all know I have like a super deep meaning for how I see the Chariot card. I look at this as mastering your mind, right? The way that we're conditioned in society and as people is to allow our mind to run our life, and we don't trust our heart. We completely distrust it. But the truth of the matter is your heart is the seat of your soul. So what the Chariot card symbolizes for me is allowing your mind to be mastered by allowing your soul to take its proper seat of authority. And that's how I see the Chariot card. So as opposed to letting your mind that's limited, that's very black and white, that doesn't really see that gray area, instead of letting, that organ, so to speak, run your life, it's allowing your soul to take its proper place to stand in its dominion, and to allow your direct connection with spirit to be that which orchestrates your life. So that way, what it is that I'm seeing here for you guys on my table would be the same thing that you would be seeing for yourself. It's being able, and you guys totally have that gift because you're Pisces. This is what we're talking about, seeing behind the veil. So regardless of how circumstances and situations look to you all in 3D, It's being able to tap into your heart space, which is the seat of your soul, which is your direct connection to spirit, and being able to see through what seems to be a horrible situation and being able to look through the veil to see what's really happening, which is spirit aligning things for you guys highest good. So it's more or less what's happening on the other side of the veil would make you guys jump for joy. But how that translates to our side of the veil into 3D, it looks like disappointment, lies, betrayal, backstabbing, being overlooked. But I feel the whole point of why it is that this is coming out is because spirit is trying to tell you guys to stay the course. It's just a little bit, more time and letting you know that your hard work, effort, and energy is being seen. And that's really like the message that I think would overshadow everything for me, is that spirit really wants all Pisceans that resonate with this to know that it's like your hard work has not gone unnoticed. And it may be that people in your life may have overlooked you, or people that you work with, or people you've been in relationships have taken you for granted and don't appreciate everything that you've invested. But I feel that this is literally a message from spirit letting you guys know that spirit sees you, and it's like your harvest season is here. It's just stay the course. Don't give up. Wipe your face. Look up. There's a bag of money in the corner. I'm just saying. So anyway, I'm going to throw the dice of resonance. Go ahead and ask a yes or no question if you want to, Pisces. That's interesting. I love doing these general reads, man. These get so deep. And the other thing I'm noticing too, you guys have 2 10s and 2 7s, and 7s are most certainly divine numbers and the ending of a cycle. So I feel heavily, y'all, that things are about to shift in a major way. And kind of breaking this down to with our 3 groups, it's like I see how this kind of translates for you guys. I feel for my group 2 people, man. For y'all, it's deep, extra deep. And for my group 1 people, it's more of being in that liaison phase, I feel like, because I'm seeing with y'all the Hanged Man a lot for my group 1 people. And I think the thing that's like driving y'all mad is the fact that you're like in limbo. You know what I mean? And then for my group 3 people, it feels very, very inner self, and how inner self stuff relates to like 3D stuff. But anywho, have you asked your question yet? I don't know what is going on. Any of y'all who know anything about astrology, I dabble. I'm by no means even like, I'm so novice. But if y'all know anything that's going on, because dude, communication has been, and I had another reader that said in the comments that they had the same problem. It's like I know what I want to say and it's in my head, but it just won't come out of my mouth right. It's like my mouth and my brain are like, hold on, wait, no, you sit, no, wait, let me sit, no, move. Like that's what they're doing with each other. So if that has anything to do with transits, y'all let me know, because that's so frustrating. Let me throw these dice and stop talking. So we have the X, we have yes in a few months, we have Aquarius, we have Virgo, and we have Sun. So the X, yes in a few months, Aquarius, Sun, and Virgo. Now we're going to throw the dice that have no name. I'm convicted every time I throw these at the fact that I have not put the poll up for us to name them yet. I'm going to do it. Procrastination, man. Whoa, we have Libra, we have, and I really feel, I mean, that could be relevant to you in any way, but I mean, with this, I really feel the Justice card with that heavily. Is that Pluto? And we have the number 6. The scales being balanced and what's not or whatever. All right, is that Pluto? No, it's Mercury. Speaking of communication, Mercury, mind and communication. Oh, this is so beautiful. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You are a messenger. What have you been communicating? Oh my gosh, that is so on point. So here's the deal with this. What have you been communicating? When I talk about that level of authenticity, like being at your authentic frequency, like what I described in the beginning is exactly what Mercury, for my little oracle thing, what it's symbolizing. It's like all of us are messengers. Our life is our message. It's like, what are you communicating to the world, right? When you transform your mind, that thus transforms your actions and thus transforms your message. So this is really about sitting back in September, taking a step back and reflecting on what is the message, what is the story that you're writing, and do you feel that that's your authentic truth, and knowing that you have the power to change that if you feel that it's not. Now for number 6, your arcana to meditate on this month is the Lover's card. So what that talks about is very similar to what I look at the Chariot being in action, is really marrying those two opposing sides of yourself, your masculine energy and your feminine energy, your receptivity from spirit, and then acting on that receptivity. But the question is really, where is it that you're acting from, right? And there needs to be a balance between the two, because you want your masculine and feminine energy, like illustratively speaking, to work in concert with each other, right? In harmony. And what it says is balance and harmony. What's no longer serving your highest good? And when we think about that, what's no longer serving my highest good, meaning that it's creating that inequality in my life. Those things, like if we go back to that vision I saw, what things are making you cry over the ice cream that you dropped? What things in your life are preventing you from seeing all of the potential and possibilities that are around you? What things in your life are stopping you from staying in and acting out of a higher vibrational frequency? You know what I mean? As opposed to a lower vibrational frequency, which are things that are making you feel downtrodden, bad, this is the end of the road, self-loathing and things of the sort. What are those things that are stealing your joy and your optimism? Are people and circumstances in your life, are they adding to you or are they taking away from you? So I feel in a lot of ways for my Pisceans in September, this is going to be a very reflective month. But the thing I think is so beautiful about all the signs I've done so far, it's getting that reassurance that spirit is working in concert with you, but it's empowering you to know that you have control, right, over how you're responding to things. Like we don't have control over X factors, but you have the power to control how you respond to those X factors that happen. So it's kind of putting the reins back in your hand, the support of knowing that the whole universe is behind you and giving you the opportunity to turn over a page with spirit, you know? But anywho, Pisces, I'm going on over to Vimeo. You know what I'm saying? So if you picked a card and you want to go and get something that's a little more specific, if you feel that you need it, follow me over there. The link should be in the description box below or in the comments. But if not, I still love your freaking face and I will see you later.